OG's turn to
all the way through the last phase, especially because it can be a flex pick for OG. This hero, like Soul Catcher in some of these games, especially against heroes like Auk, has looked flat out broken to me.
Yeah, it's a. I guess that means it's a. They can 4 or 5 on Newbee. I don't think they're like top 10.
No, absolutely.
But for the they have nerfed him the past couple patches. He lost some movement speed. He lost some agility and strength. He lost some Blade Fury damage. So that lane is a little rough for him in the early game. If he doesn't have a kill for the Enchantress. The Enchantress, I think, has like a 35 or 40 movement speed advantage on him. So even with the boots on Jug, he can't really catch up to the Enchantress.
And when you talk about scaling of person in the late game, Shadow Demon, I think, is low-key, like, you get that Ags going late. And even the 5 position, Shadow Demon with some of those old mechanics is eventually going to get the Ags. That hero terrifies me in the late game.
This Shadow Demon hero is super strong right now. Both like every single spell, he has wave clear, you can burst people with Soul Catcher, his ulti makes a lot of hard carries like unplayable. And obviously he has a save as well. Like, the hero just feels very strong right now.
I think one of the coolest things with this pick in this draft is that it's going to purge the Empower from the Jug in the team fight permanently. So it's like if he runs it with Empower, he's going to get purged, and for the next 8 seconds, he's going to lose 50% of his damage.
And it is, just to mention for some of our newer viewers, that's kind of a unique mechanic. It is a continuously applied purge. So not only do you get rid of the Empower, but that Empower can then be recast on Juggernaut throughout the duration of the SD ulti.
I think he also can't get phase boots, and he can't get the drums if it's early game. So a lot of the Jugs things this game are already going to be a little bad against a Shadow Demon.
Absolutely, and you guys should wave clear, by the way. We talked about in our panel, Whistleback having so much free space in the last game to farm the jungle. That is predicated, a lot of the teams in the tournament, you have to have wave clear from your support to your 3 position to be able to support those cores going and farming pixels. This is one of the big unique picks from OG. They have run this tree at the off-lane position. They've run this in the hands of Seb. I
know that they like tree and Enchantress specifically. I know that, I mean, Ench has problems taking towers for the most part. She kind of needs another hero to help with it. And Enchantress, she kind of needs to take this enemy safe lane tower early on. And then her best rotation is to defend your own safe lane tower. But if you have this tree, and you have a very high chance of just delaying these tower pushes, and then suddenly this Enchantress kind of just gets locked in one place. She keeps trying to push this tower.
I think it also opens their draft. They want to put the tree in the off lane if it's cut off. He can maybe sustain the lane there, and then this Magnus can go tri-lane shot with the Jug. If they get another stun, maybe. We've seen, I think, Witch Doctors with Jug, Rubik, stuff like that. Some 5, maybe even an Ogre here. A stun into skewer into spin is a kill on a hero usually.
I think that's a really good point when you talk about playing against heroes like Enchantress. You have to have some flexibility to dodge those lane combinations. Speaking of flex picks, this Earthshaker, not completely out of the question. Could be probably in the hand of MSF, given that it's Newbee with the Enchantress up to the 3 position.
I believe he's been played in all 4 different roles.
Yes, you are correct,
It's been played mostly at the 4. I know Mid1 played it mid, Secret Sphere, and then Miracle played it carry.
And it's been an offlaner as well. Yeah, this hero is, again, the burst damage potential, the control, and long-range initiation. It's been true for so many TIs now. This is a hero that seems to always come back at this point in the season.
Give team fight, you stuns, these kind of things are really good when there's high pressure. When there's a lot of pressure in your team to kind of make a move, if you're worried about like late game or team fights, you might walk up a high ground, you won't. Or you might try to push a tower, you don't need to. You might try to end the game, you don't need to. And this big like team fight ultimate, these big stunners, when you catch a hero out, it kind of slows the game down, shuts the game down, and then you can kind of turn a game.
And the Chinese crowd, of course, getting in on one of our favorite pastimes from last year is Earthshaker banging the drum on the main stage. Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite moments in Vancouver, as well as Ogre, of course.
Claps,
Yeah, easy clap.
We haven't seen much Ogre, I believe, in the main stage, have we?
Not compared to group stage, which is really odd. Again, a hero that it's been played mostly as core in this tournament, a hero that relieves economic pressure with the multicast minus.
So one of the interesting things I think is that in the group stage at the start, a lot of people were going a lot of armor items.
Right.
And now people are going more towards magical and these team fight spells a little more than in the group stage. So there was more like Earthshakers and like this Ogre hero. He was really good against this physical damage. You're going Solar Crest, Basilius, Phase Boots, all these kind of things on these like heroes. And now that a lot more heroes are magic based, Ogre's kind of fallen out. This like 8 armor, 700 HP level 1 hero isn't really great anymore.
Wow. So the Grimstroke pick here is interesting because there are not that many many single target spells on the side of OG. There's not necessarily that classic combo. We also didn't talk a little bit about between this tree and the Magnus, Seb can't play both. So what do you think we're going to do with these two heroes in terms of personnel?
I'm guessing that Seb is going to play the Mag, and I think Jarex is going to play this tree. And I was kind of wondering what hero they were going for No-Tail here. But I think they were kind of just looking for a hero that deals magic damage, because I think they're very low on that right now. They have Mag tree, and they're kind of just a lot of lockdown and physical damage. So I guess that was kind of their most comfortable pick.
Well, and initiation range. We talk about the initiation range potential of the Earthshaker. Grimstroke's another hero that gives you magic damage from way back in the back line.
It's also a really scary try if they want to do it with the Grimstroke. If he puts it on either the Jug or Tree or Mag, or these three melee heroes already for him, any of them is going to get, like, you either punch from the tree line of a tree, you just spin on them with a Jug, you wrap around, skewer them back into you with the Mag. So I think either of those heroes can be their force.
And what do you want against a hero, a support in the backline that's a little bit squishy? You want reach, and that's this Ember Spirit pick right here. You don't have to worry a little bit about the silence coming out from the Grimstroke, but again, you can slide a fist to deal with that.
So this pick, I think, is a little scary this game because of the recent changes. Tree gives you a lot of roots, and the Grimwolf gives you a lot of root.
Yeah, that's true.
And now you can't slate out of roots anymore, and you cannot fire remnant out of roots anymore. So there's a lot more of these mechanics that you can kind of get caught by. So I think it's still a good pick. It does well against tree armor. It does well against a Grim if you can ever jump in the back line. Even Jug, it's hard for him to omni. You can either disjoin it with your Sleight of Fist, or you can join it by jumping away. Even the Mag, you can kind of annoy, chain him in the back lane. You can't give links. So I like the overall pick. I'd be scared if he gets caught out by these roots in the mid game.
Do you worry a little bit? Like, we started out talking about the Enchantress. This is a hero that forms a foundation of a very solid laning phase. Do you worry a little bit about OG punishing the Ember in lane with their last pick in the hands of Thompson? Something like a Monkey King can just ruin Ember's life.
I mean, I think it's very likely, especially if Newbee now pick a hero that is kind of locked into the safe lane. I think something that would be good for them is if they have an open pick that can perhaps interchange with the Ember, of them both going into mid lane.
Maybe like a Gyro?
Something like that, because I think OG will for sure punish this Ember. If they know he's gonna be middle, they will counter pick him hard.
I think CNC's gotten really good at the laning with Ember. A lot of players have practiced Ember versus matchup, and they kind of know the timings now. Like before level 3, the Jingu is actually really weak, so you can actually out-trade him with your Flame Guard. But once you hit level 3, level 4, you have to pull the wave into you. So I think they're going to be comfortable putting this Ember mid and knowing that CNC is going to have a game.
All right, as we see the final pick coming out from Newbee, this is more than likely going to be a safe lane Sven in the hands of UR. Gunnar correctly calling that Newbee are comfortable with the CCNC Ember mid. Now is OG going to go for that counter pick in the hands of Thompson? Really, not many other teams have touched Monkey King in this tournament. Other picks that we're thinking about here?
Kind of looking right now. I'm not sure. I don't like Monkey that much here on this. All right.
All right, there is the Monkey. Again, it's about the player. All right. So guys, really quickly, final thoughts on this draft. Can Newbee even this series up?
I think they have the tools to do it, more so than the first game. I think CNC is he's still on a playmaking hero. He was a Tiny last game, but I think this is a playmaking hero that scales. Tiny, he scales, but you need 10,000 gold to scale. You need Ags and a Daedalus to kind of go into the mid-game physical damage, late game. But Ember, you need, drums, Maelstrom, BKB.
Yes! All right. We've got game 2 just about to get underway, but we got a special treat for you. Here is Casey, together with the guy that keyed OG's run at Epicenter, OG coach Sakshka.
I'm shocked, I'm baffled, and change it up, but we're coming back to an
sure about trusting your own judgment. It's glowing. He looked like he was having a great time. So if that's a reflection of what the team atmosphere is like, then OG are in a great spot right now. They just seem super happy, all of them. Yep. So, all right, let's get into the game. As Soxka pointed out, they do have their Magnus strat, and they did play the IO last game. So 2 of OG's absolute staples they have been given in this series. I still feel like this game will probably be closer than the previous one, because this should be something Newbee are more accustomed to playing against. Yeah, that's a bit more standard, if you will. And speaking of comfort pick, they've got plenty of them themselves. They've got Snaking on his Enchantress, they've got the MSS Shaker, Ember Spirit for CCNC, Yawar Sven, and Pilot Sharium. This is actually like, for these players, all of the heroes that they're playing are probably one of their 3 best that they have, so they're definitely comfortable too.
I'm also liking just seeing CCNC on an Ember Spirit. Like getting him into that playmaker role, there's not a huge amount of control against him, and you'll know CCNC will play it still defensively against OG, but it's that ability just to sync with the rest of his team, create that space, and if things go wrong, they can always back each other up. You've got multiple saves, be it through the SD, be it through, obviously, like Sven, he's got a lot of AoE control, as well as having the Warcry, but the bigger thing is MSS. Land a big Echo Slam, and you actually have something to counter that initial fight that OG's looking for. And even if they don't have the perfect synergy with the Grimstroke, as opposed like for the Soulbind, you still have that Inkswell. Fantastic with the Jug early on, but it works beautifully if Mag's able to get a big combination too.
And there's one thing, I don't know if they talked about this on the panel, but there's one thing about Shadow Demon against Magnus that's really interesting. If you Demonic Purge the Jugger, he can't get empowered for the whole duration. And that means if you enter a team fight, you manage to Demonic Purge the Jugger before he gets his ulti off, you have this 8-second span. Is it 8 or 7? 7? Yeah, 7. You have the 7-second span where Jugger's damage is way less significant. If you can get off to a good start that way in a fight, that could pay off big time.
And Thompson's right in the face of CCNC. He's trying to get as many of the stacks up as possible. And that, like, this is where I almost want to keep my eyes on, just watching how CCNC is able to handle this lane and handle Thompson. While Yawar's just burning bolt after bolt on bottom lane. This lane's a little bit harder to run. Jirax and Seb together, they're very tanky, they hit very hard, but Pilot plays from range. As long as Yawar's got mana, he can always have the stun available too. And then in the safe lane, Ana and Notal together, once again, this dual lane sync that OG gets so well in all their lanes.
Nature attend us.
The reason, by the way, that this Shaker and Enchantress work so well together is that Enchantress is an extremely independent hero. Just give her a little bit of help and she can solo pretty much any dual lane in the game.
So
MSS gets freedom to move and doesn't have to steal too much experience from the offlaner.
He's can't really help kill the mid lane though. Like, this isn't like you're running like a burst style hero with chain stuns. Like CCNC goes second point up in Flame Guard now. MSS gonna send in the illusions. They actually potentially could have body blocked up the courier. And now with the Fissure stun, CCNC, they're bringing him low. Thompson gets a life steal up again, but they're just trying to burn him out. The Fissure Wall is gonna break in just a couple of seconds. Thompson, he's gonna live through this. No way, they can't let this happen. Side of Fist up cooldown right now. CCNC, he gets the first one against OG. And Newbee, they needed a win like this. They needed something to go their way. One game down, and that's a good start, but it's just the start.
And that was a super close call too. They almost couldn't kill him even with a full duration Flame Guard being on top.
Wow, that's a lot of damage from Yawar. To Jirax, Pilot dies, already got the poison stacks up. Jirax will go invis quickly. That's just Stormhammer. MSS is arriving. Jirax is fine inside the tree lines. He has stick charges available as well as, well, he's being a cannibal right now, eating tangos. They really want to have a crack at bottom. If MSS, actually, can they? There's no mana on Sven. He doesn't have a stun available, and CCNC, for all that great work he does, he's still playing against Thompson. He gets his own back.
That's really bad news, because as the panel talked about earlier, when it comes to comeback kills, if you're behind in this mid lane and you get a turn kill, you're leading. And at this point, Monkey King is now far ahead in the lane. He's going to hit level 5 before the Ember Spirit of CCNC. He's probably going to be relegated to the jungle relatively early. Thompson's going in. They will Fissure. Are they just going to be trading kills with these guys?
Yeah,
bad Fissure.
God, MSS.
He got him on the wrong side.
Yeah, that's a melee hero, guys. Thompson, he's asking to hold hands with CCNC while up on the top. Snaking's in trouble. Has to trigger off the Nature's attendance as Anna and Nortel did their combination. Bottom lane, the root's out. Yovar trying to move back. Pylai die. He hasn't have a save. He's already used the disruption. And they're almost out of consumables. MSS will arrive with the lane. They're pinging out Jirax, but I don't think they can really do anything there. There's one Stormbolt available for Sven.
And MSS, he had the right idea in mid. Both times he's ganked, he's tried to fake out the fissure so that it doesn't get dodged, as Snaking should be okay here.
Yeah, couldn't get the body block absolutely perfect. There's that fight up bottom. So they waited a long time for it. Yeah. Committed those abilities we were looking for.
Oh, he's
going again. Yeah. He won't even die to the tower. He switches the aggro at the very last moment. So only got to hit once by the tower.
And you see, he's making use of the mischief. That's what MSS did well when he ganked mid, is that he fakes out the mischief on the fissure so that it doesn't dodge the damage. But the last fissure was on the wrong side. Thompson gets another kill, and now
he's a beast.
What do you do in mid? This is a big problem. This is a Monkey King that won its lane, has top CS in the game, and has Empower. Thompson is already 1,000 gold ahead in the mid lane.
2.8k net worth compared to the 1.8k of Sven. That's the difference between the number ones of OG and Newbee. And now you look for the bounty runes. There will be a 2-2 trade-off. Thompson gets 4 stacks. CCNC has to back off. MSS will drop on the observer ward, and then maybe we'll try and work here with Pylai die. If Thompson gets a little aggressive, which, hey, it's Thompson. MSS is the fissure, but Thompson hits the first attack. He's going to wait to fissure out. Nortel's also arrived, and Thompson mischief once again. MSS, now the fissure block, holds in Nortel as well as Thompson. The poison stack's good over on Thompson, but they can go for another kill. Nortel, a quick side of fist from CCNC will claim it, but they don't get the one they're looking for. They don't get Thompson. He's going to salve up and get ready to go once more.
He's drawing so much attention to himself that Ana just has a completely free game right now on the Juggernaut.
So does Seb.
When Enchantress hits level 6, actually never mind, because No-Tail rotating off of top relieved some pressure from Snaking, and when Snaking gets level 6, this lane is not inhabitable for Juggernaut anymore. Fortunately, he can jungle with Empower, so he's probably going to be connecting with Seb relatively soon when Seb has level 3 Empower. Maybe they will start playing a little bit closer to each other, because this top lane is not fun anymore.
A little bit of wasted time. Thompson hunting inside the jungle. If he caught Yowa, it would have been great. But MS has forever just trying to make life a little bit more difficult for OG. Defenses up for CCNC. So unless they get perfect control, CCNC should always have a get out of jail free card. Bottom lane underneath the tier 1 tower. Yowa just TPs away that lead. Highlight dying. Looking for some kind of rebuttal onto Seb. Creates a couple copies of that. That's probably the amount of damage Pylai can do here. But into a spin, and around the tower, Pylai die. Won't be able to survive. While in mid lane, they keep on going. Thompson and Nortel together. Spirit jump forward from CCNC. Doesn't have the defense anymore. And MSS can't actually cast a fidget. Yovan has to come in. Monkey King, the stun control. MSS is trying to be there for it, but Thompson took the run into the trees. Cuts his way around. Up Nortel with the slow. CCNC not done yet. He still wants more. TP back, bottle up. Thompson's too fast. He's going to walk back to the tier 1 tower.
And that is space with capital S. Created mid by Neutral as well as Thompson. They're forcing so many defensive rotations out of Newbee, and that's going to cost them their bottom tower. They rotated Ana down here and gave him Empower so that he took that. He's going to keep his farming going.
Snake
habitable lane. They'll plant a tree end up here. And
so much damage from Snaking.
He's fine.
Yeah, he is for the moment. Jirax going for the denial on the tower. And Radiant, no, it's going to be the catapult that gets the last hit. While MSS caps at Nortel walking up. Understanding that first little bit of damage from the Enchantress at Nortel solo.
It's a good grab from Newbee. They need to get something going their way. The only thing that has truly gone well is Snakings. So they playing around him getting his tower is very useful. And you imagine, I don't think this is the kind of game where you just want your Enchantress to sit in the offlane and just stay here for 10 minutes, just pressuring the top tower. I think he needs to get involved for his team's to get the mid tower and put some pressure on the Monkey King. He's D-diving pretty far here with Flame Guard, but just cleaning up the wave and he'll be jumping in time.
It's like he's trying to bring the attention, get it off the side lanes, get it away from the recovering Sven, away from, well, I suppose the Enchantress who's still adding the pressure on top lane. Feels like I'm watching Ice Ice. I was like, yeah, so I took the tier 1 now. I'm still not going to leave.
He'll stay here a little bit, but then I still think mid rotation is the play to make. Oh, they're going to go for him instead.
Yeah, Thompson's moving in. The observer ward was planted, but won't matter. Snaking triggers off the attendants. Difficult for Thompson to build up these stacks, however, but Notel will slow him down. They'll get the stuns out as the Inkswell will connect, but Inter is still healing through everything. Double braces, and Thompson can at least mischief dodge one of the Imps, but in mid lane, CCNC jumping in, has no searing chain, so he can't hold Seth there. He needed MSS's stun to connect, but it won't happen.
He's putting some really good aggressive pressure though, forcing rotation from OG and getting some tower damage in soon for him, hopefully for him. But yep, guess what? We didn't talk about this, but JerAx can heal towers this game. So if you want to grab towers, you need a successful teamfight move that overwhelms the opponent. This chip damage is not mattering too much.
This is a nice observer and sentry up on top. If JerAx runs the northern trees, it'll be fine. If he runs to the southern trees, won't be as great. MSS gonna have to fidget block him up, and Snaking is able to claim this quite simply. And CCNC is just going for supports as well. Notel into the tier 2. Again, no searing chains, however. He's got the sleight of fist, but needs to burn Notel down a little bit more before that'll be successful. In very deep, but it won't matter. But you'll always know there's no escape way for CCNC.
Bounty runs, 2 for 2. It looks like CCNC trying to get the bottom run. Lots of things coming out from Notel, but his team is too late. They're not in position.
It's a nice one for CCNC. A double damage rune, and he's still going to do the TP back to base.
Got himself some nice gold here from the couple of kills. He had a very, very hard start, and he is still behind the Monkey King. But this could have snowballed out of control if they didn't make the correct adjustments. And at least now it looks like CCNC will be having a game.
You dead.
And Seb's the man who has to hold the tower, faking the RP out. There's no way he's going to trigger that until Thompson comes in range. Now he might do it. CCNC, the RP will go down. Flame Guard's protecting him nicely. Have they got the stun control? CCNC does go down. The vision from the MSS comes a second too late. And Seb perched up, just skewers himself back to the safety of the tier 1 tower. Seb, you know he's smiling himself at the booth right there. I faked you once and you thought I was going to fake you a second time. Definitely. Oh, what happened?
If he had a mid lane ward, he wouldn't have died, because then he knows the Monkey King is connecting. OG were banking on the fact that Thompson was not visible running on the lane, and that was indeed the case. There was no vision for Newbee in that instance, and they didn't have any defensive supports there, and none of the two were there.
Monkey King down, Snaking, got to get the hell out of there. Man, that looks beautiful. Thompson, Snaking's actually with the attendants, thinking about fighting inside the command. And with the TP support arriving, no Wukong, no RP available. They still don't push the tier 1 tower because they haven't pushed it. The living armor still kicking in. And what does OG do? They smoke up, they're moving south. Seb and Notel gonna try and combo up here with Notel, with Anna.
The Notel combo.
Yeah. Just Meepo in real life
for it. I mean, Anna's been...
That's a lot of damage, and you dead under tier 1 tower. One Omni, but totally isolated Sven.
That should not be happening. That's a huge kill too.
Thanks.
Furthering the space between these two carries. Anna 400 gold for that kill, and then obviously on the sidelines for 30 seconds, not farming a single bit of gold as well as clearing out an ancient stack. He's overtaking the Sven now by 1,500.
And it's just all the economy going the way of OG. Experience back at 3 grand. And what do you really get in return? JerAx can just keep hiding inside the trees unless someone's bringing in dust. And it looks like MSS will be the man to do that. But he's right underneath the tire observer ward. But JerAx sees it all.
And he's level 4 living armor. Level 8 on Tran. There's been so much space created for multiple heroes really in OG's lineup. It's not just the Jugger that's enjoying some freedom. The Tran getting freed up, getting all this farm to work toward a Meteor Hammer, getting the 4 levels in armor to protect towers.
Really, Seb? Drops the Legion loser, baits that once again, fakes the RP. And CCNC just looking for some early harassment, but he's realizing that tower, all the hard work he did before, It's all gone to waste.
And that's the logic of playing this Tree and Magnus together, right? There's multiple synergies. One is Mag wants to play slow, so he needs his map protected while you're farming up. You have the Tree and protectors to keep the towers alive. And the other thing is, well, you've got the living armor and a powerful carry, so you make your carry really strong. JRX is in trouble top, but it's going to overgrowth, run away. Once again, just making space for OG to hit that timing later.
Amber scouts out no time. RP is back off cooldown for... They're really waiting out this mid. Topson will move over too. Buffed up by the Empower, ready to fight. ES hides in the tree line. Topson jumps in. Now ES gets the double stun. And space to move back, pick up the regeneration rune. Snaking him over court and push back to the other side of the Fisher. He can't attend that position.
Newbee's lineup can get this tower. It's actually, I just don't think it's possible right now.
Yeah.
The tower is going to be exceptionally hard to take. The Sven needs time to farm. The living armor and the just overall defensive team fight. OG is super strong. Like if you go into any dangerous area, you could get overgrowth, you could get RP'd, you could get skewered, and you're even fighting against a Monkey King that could be in the trees. So there's so much. It's almost like playing against techies if heroes are missing. Like you don't know where you're safe at all in this game with both the Treant and Monkey King and this hidden mobility ready to jump you at any point.
And Seb's making it so difficult to battle that bottom rune out. Well, CCNC still able to claim it, walks into Anna, realizing he's so low. There is the Omni-Touch with Slide of Fist. He's burning through it, and Anna, Spirit Jump away. Wastes the ultimate.
I think he had to do it to stay alive.
Yep.
He had to threaten CCNC away from him. With a really nice slide dodge on the Phantom's Embrace.
Looks like they're going to try and fight.
Yeah, now there's no
Dive Vision.
Omnislash. And they know there's no RP.
And CCNC wants to get in there. Like, he's got drums up and running. Paradise got purged. They're looking for a target. Topson's probably going to be it. He pounces up into the tree lines. No tell. Well, he'll have to turn into it. And able to get the double stun off. Ember Spirit, Side of Fist coming off cooldown right now. No tell can't walk away. He knows it. But now, if you're going to commit to this, Newbie, they have to take the tower.
They can't get this tower.
They can't. TP's already coming in. Doubles in. Anna through the back line. He doesn't have the off-slash, but with the control stuns, the save for Pilot Eye is essential. OG, the Rune, Jirac catches out 3. See, there's no way out. He's got no mana. He's totally dry and dead. OG love it. That's now the 4th death on this mid of Newbee. Well, theirs is sitting on 5 kills, 1 death.
And the game, OG will just continue playing at the same pace. Oh, Disruption.
Yeah,
the Rune.
He did.
And now Pilot Eye's dead because he used Disruption.
Yeah. It almost looked like Seb grabbed that while he was inside the Disruption.
It's nice to
Invisibility.
Anna looking for his own kill. Stun onto the Enchantress. Anna knows he's got the level 4 spin. It's the damage that doesn't care about physically attacking in, while Seb hiding under the Invis. He's just out of range of the tower, but if he RPs, he'd instantly kill off CCNC. But he's playing the max range of that tower's detection. And the other pings are coming up towards top lane. Yoa farming up quite heavily, but as Jirac is stalking him, the sentry wall will be planted. Yoa, he knows he's in trouble. He has to TP instantly, but Topson's already here. Yoa should not be able to escape this. Topson up into the trees. Yoa actually cuts him down quickly, tries to juke. He's going right instead of left, but the stun from Topson checks right. And Yoa into the Wukong. Nope, he's going to Stormhammer it. Cancel that one, but now Seb, man, they just want to burn ultimate. Dropping the RP, bringing down Yoa. And maybe now Newbee go to the tier 1 tower. Nope, denied again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And this is a goofy lineup from OG. They're everywhere.
Yeah, you've got to try as Newbee in this situation to set up a team fight with Shaker being successful, but he went for the mana boot, which makes his Blink Dagger build up a lot slower. And because of that, Newbee, their options of setting up those fights in the first place are pretty weak, right? If you can't force the enemy team to defend very easily because you don't have pushing power, they can kind of get slow, farm camps, play them. And then, oh, top lane, you see?
They're going again, but defensive Spirit gets him out.
Not sure what Topson was expecting there.
It's like a snot. Man, this guy runs away from me.
autographs out front.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maybe later today you will, Topson.
But OG are completely in their element in this game. They have a huge lead. They're playing with Magnus, they're gonna go late game. They have 2 melee cores that both use Empower. And one of them is, I feel like Monkey King's so good against Sven just because it's hard for Sven to navigate the arena. And even if he does and fights into the Monkey King, you have all this armor.
Highlights found it. It's going to be Seth. Trying to slow him down with a push. Thinking will arrive, throwing out the impetus, but man, Mac gives some extra life. Snake is going to work a little harder for this. And then in towards Anna. Keep in mind, he has the Omni Slash available. Everyone not totally trapped, but they know they can't kill him because you're going to the Omni Slash. So CCNC feels like he's trying to bait the Omni Slash once again. But Anna doesn't care. He's got living armor. He's got 21 charges. He's got Diffusal Blade of his own as well, and he knows exactly where the Spirit planted down by CCNC. So he goes Diffusal, into Snaking, MSS, gonna walk in, needs to land in that double dunk, goes for the Echo Slam, straight onto Notel. They can at least bring down the support while the disruption of Anna. Notel, he is brought down by the Impetus, and
this will be a huge kill.
Creeping out, he's able to escape! They needed him so bad! They get nothing.
Oh, they get it. Grim.
They get, okay, they got something, but it's like getting a board game after playing on Wheel of Fortune. It's not what you're searching for.
That's a pretty good analogy, actually, what just happened.
Thompson jumps down around, looking for snaking. Trying to put that Echo to work, but Fidget blocks him in, but a 3-man stun into the work. Oh, yeah! Everything together! Layer it like a cake! OG, they would love to get CCNC too, but it moved away. God, it's just too easy. Are they even trying?
I hit them up for that one, to be honest. I don't think that play had any chance of being successful out of Newbee. But it's so easy for us to say, right? Because they're probably feeling a bit desperate too. Like, if we don't make any plays, we lose. And if we make plays, we lose. So,
like we did right.
something has to happen. I just don't think it's possible without Sven. You have to wait for this guy's timing to get something done.
RP with Kongs. MSS is coming over. CCNC's look in the pit. They see the Saturday Roshan. A quick silence out. The Phantom's embrace from Notel. To the back line. Highlight eye. Actually, just Magnus really caught out. Skewers back over. Joins the rest of the team. It's a 5-man. MSS is trapped. He can't do much more. Now the Omni Slash up the hill. Well, it's all going to go into Yawa. He can take through that. Anna, of course, he's got more survivability. Into the spin. Newbee still on the retreat back out. Snaking trying to do some level of damage. Making Anna a lot longer. Snaking needs to keep the distance. Thompson in the meantime. Killing him in the back lines. But now they go for more. Hold together. It's all the embrace of death that Newbee just have to accept. Underneath their own Spire shrine, they go down. And Thompson's not done yet. He wants more. But hey, go back for Roshan. Objective-based gaming.
OG are making it look easy. It's not as easy as it looks. Strategically, I feel like they've really got control of the game, and they... So much in this game that depends on tempo. That's how every Magnus game is. It's can you get those 2 towers so that the enemy can't farm their jungle safely with Empower? Can you counter the core that is kicking the Empower in the first place? And Newbee's tempo, when you look at their lineup, it comes from mid. CCNC needs to have a good game for things to happen here, and he didn't. So now they have to wait for Sven to have a good game, which he also isn't having. So it's a lot of waiting. It's a lot of hard fights to take.
They have to get the farm into MSS. 100 gold for the Blink Dagger.
Yep.
And maybe they stand a chance as a BKB set for Yawa. Like, these things are up. Then there's a possibility. But there's also a possibility Thompson can just initiate in on whoever the hell he wants to as well. Takes the tier 2 tower.
Has the Aghanim's Echo Saber build. Putting it to use here.
Yep, straight to the Wukongs. SD's coming over. Needs to get the defensive disruption over on Snaking. Purchase Thompson instead. CCNC thinks about having a play. Thompson on the entry and leaps away to safety.
Force rotation again.
Yep. CCNC just bouncing around the lanes.
OG just have complete control. Even though Newbee have wards out, it feels like they can't use the wards to get a fight going their way. And OG, okay.
Yeah,
just gonna go high ground. They don't have Aegis.
You got Thompson with an Aegis model, so hey, just go
what
for
am I talking about? They have an Aegis.
Pitching out on through. MSS still waiting for the perfect blink. And there he goes. Only breaks the Aegis model. But hey, here's something. You'll take it. But Jirax, he's into the back lines. They see him now over in the trees. He sees so much too snaking. Still trying to be that front liner for the team. Watch those buybacks if it can be possible to stun on Magnet. Actually cancelling off the RP, so he can't get up, but there's no buybacks available for the two Newbee deaths. And they need snaking to have that big damage. So then Yawara and CCNC. Time to step up, but the PKP is off. Anna goes back to the fight with the defusal. Purging on Thompson. Maybe with the damage from CCNC, they can actually get a little bit more out of this. Sleight of fist. Finally, Thompson's streak will be ended. Jirax is low as well. CCNC to go back-to-back kills. Anna, Searing Chain apart. What have we got? Another. He's getting rid of the grip wave. At least they're keeping the racks alive here, Newbee. But they won't get much more. A great sleight of fist dodge, just dodging the ink swell of Anna. The tier 3 power is still taken. OG, it wasn't the perfect fight from them. You got a sleight of fist Searing. Oh, in the trees. Not quite right, but
For a second there, I thought I was maybe going to stop his TP and try to turn that. CCNC was super low on mana, but
you would have put it past him.
they got out there. No, I wouldn't have been too surprised, but yeah, they do defend. That was honestly a really good hold by countering out the Magnus RP, not allowing it to come off this fissure. Well, not this one, the next one. That's the Aegis. OG are going to reset, and then they decide to go in. And they're going in here without Wukong's command and without the Aegis that they just lost. And they forced an Echo out with that. And this Stormhammer, it's kind of low. He's actually skewing into the Stormhammer, so they get the time to react and get the fissure off. And that's the defense.
You see the ability for Yawara to actually stand in the protection of the BKB, but after that it's just so hard. Anna coming up. Well, I think OG have marked this territory. Anna will be fissure blocked in. Thompson, however, he doesn't care. Yawara has the BKB.
Rogue Knight claims
Radiant's
another.
top tower is
Such
under
pressure
attack.
and maneuverability.
Radiant's
The draft
top
battle was like,
towers
well,
are
you know what? I don't really like the monk here, but it doesn't matter when
Radiant's
Thompson's
top
playing it. You
shrine
pick it
is
for the
under
player.
attack.
And my god, as he shined on this hero. He even gave away the death in the mid lane. Then after that, it's like, no, you had something,
Radiant's
but now
top
you have
tower
nothing.
has fallen.
Well, the death ended up favoring him because he got a kill right after, right? If he the moment he gets the solo kill on CCNC, the lane is a big win for him.
So he's had to say like intentional feed.
That's not what I'm
Let's
saying.
not go that far.
That's not what it looked like.
Blink Echoes off.
Oh,
cooldown,
Pilot
but
Eye.
it's still only level 1.
High's dead, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit problematic. Creates a disruption over on Jirax. Fidget tries to create some more space, and maybe they can get this kill into the tree and protect before he can get the overgrowth off. Able to do so, so Jirax is down. Thompson into the Wukong's command, but very much away from the rest of Newbee as they just wait down the soul point. Top on the lead just yet. CCS, who's his target? Anna, in slash. The Yule Scepter is wasting all of it. The RP will catch out CCNC, but defender disrupted. Pilot got it off just in time for the ink spell. The stun control, maybe with a Stormhammer. Yawara, it's time to go big or go home. He's looking for the cleave damage, but Anna, he closed the distance on the rock snaking. Yawara, everyone's just delta split. They can't catch him. And he gets rooted to the ground. And the buybacks that came in from Newbee, they want to fight around the shrines, but now it's going to be Pilot Die falling. Thompson's gone after MSS for a triple kill from him. And it'll be Anna who'll claim the life and a double kill against Pilot Die. And Seb, he's also looking for his own fight. Everyone's having their own engagements. CCNC trying to bring down Seb. It won't be enough though. The Yule Scepter up. My bad indeed. Stuart Stewart, great side of 50. CCNC is actually going to claim that life. But they're hunting. Diffusal blade, Spirit defensively up and back with the sleight of fist Searing Chains. He's just trying to play the game until he's got his TP buff cooldown in 5 seconds time. Fortification will stop OG from instantly assaulting the base. And Newbee, they're playing scrappy, but they're playing still.
OG's fights are so good. The way they're positioning their heroes, the way they're playing off each other, using cooldowns correctly. Even though the Thompson Wukong command isn't that good there, it creates so much space and so much time for the rest of the team to be set up for success. They just keep weaving in and out, not stacking on top of each other. Until Sven Stormhammer in the end, there was like no opportunity really presented for a Newbee in that fight.
Under attack.
And a nice detail from CCNC on the way out there. At least they have that going for them, which is nice, but it's a very minor consolation prize to have your mid-hero survive and get one kill there.
This is just one of those games where you've got to kind of remain optimistic for both sides. So let's have a look at this once again. So Paladai, it all starts with him being initiated on. But they catch out Jirax at the beginning. And you feel like maybe you didn't have to expend too much. The Wukong didn't really catch anybody, and the Soulbind waited out, yet still they have enough to keep the fight going.
The Treant bought back and reconnected with the fight. He has living armor for Thompson, keeping him that extra bit safe. They get the RP, which doesn't give them the kill because of a good defensive disruption, but that defensive disruption Pilot Eye in an awful position.
Here we go again. Anna, MSS is wondering if there's extra LP. Wait this out as long as possible. Anna can start the spin. The living arm will give some protection as quick as they possibly can, but now the spin is going to wear off. CCNC still going to slide a fist and then just spirit away to safety because Thompson, in he comes with a jump down. Pilot Eye is instantly killed off. This is not a game when you want to be with a war cry. They create a little bit of extra space. Taking, looking for his own damage. Is there that blink echo? They're waiting for it out as Anna already back into a spin.
Is under attack.
He's so safe with that healing ward. Absolutely no problem. OG lost nothing there. They get the kill on the Shadow Demon. They used no big spells, so all ultis ready. Could try to start protecting Roshan. He can spawn in 20 seconds. Just get control of that area. Looks like what Notel is drawing right now. So we're going to play up here. Keep pushing in the top lane if possible, perhaps. Maybe they're going to cut waves with Thompson.
Got Roshan that could spend 10 seconds time, so controlling the northern side.
Yep, Thompson's going to cut the wave.
There is no gank that comes the opposite direction, because that really feels like Newbee's last hurrah. OG, overconfident, sit inside the pit, you just hit this amazing echo, and actually give space for Yawar to do damage during that control. But he can't be the only one. Yawar doesn't have the damage output required to get through this OG lineup. CCNC, oh, he's actually able to grab one of the 3rd-minute runes. Make it 2 of them. Hey, you'll take the money.
For my
available if he does it.
It kind of feels like one of those games where Ember needs to go physical damage. I don't know if they can kill the Jugger and go with the massive AoE teamfight of OG if they don't have a heavy burst. Maybe the magic burst can be enough. You're obviously making the enemy team giving them a lot more value out of armor if both Sven and Ember are doing physical damage. But you still have the pure damage of Enchantress and you have the magic damage of Shaker.
I was really lucky to survive that. His blink came just a fraction of a second too late. And Newbee's doing the best they possibly can. Seb pulls back. Well, hey, those trees regrew very quickly. He skewered through them and they instantly spawn back up. It's like, well, pop up, book.
Actually, I take it back. I don't think physical damage is a solution either. That's one of Juggernaut's biggest strengths. He has 50 armor. The itemization options, CCNC, there's nothing that feels amazing. It's just, he's gonna get this Mjolnir so he gets more damage. Overall, like more mixed damage, has maybe we'll get some value out of the static shield. I forgot what it's called. It's not called static shield. Static charge, right? Static charge. I think it's called static charge.
Sure.
But the guy who has to deal damage here and kill this Jugger is actually snaking, I think. That's the biggest damage source they have. But Jugger now with the butterfly is going to have all the evasion. He's going to get maybe an Aegis, unless they give it to Thompson's Monkey King again, which I wouldn't put past them. He's way less tanky than the Jugger. He needs it a lot more. And maybe just give the cheese, which is 7. So it's backpack for Ana.
Smoke came very late. You saw Snaking actually turn around after Roshan died. They're 4 men smoking out. They're looking for an opportunity. Jirax, he's hunting CCNC. Thompson about to bounce. The smoke breaks on the Enchantress, but they have to kill off Jirax so quickly. Yawar, BKB, God's Strength, they're going to be able to do so. Now goes Jirax. No buyback available, but in the backline, Snaking, the man that has to do the damage, is stuck inside the comms command with the dump from Notel. They'll hold him there. Snaking tanks through a lot, but he can't tank through all of it. CCNC, no defensive spirit available. He has the Yule Scepter. Silenced up for the moment. Needs a little bit more space to work with. And that's why up, down, and around. The stun from Notel won't be able to reach, but he'll be able to hit. No, he doesn't hit with the Stroke of Fate. Another banishment by Highlight Die. Buyback maybe needed here from Snaking. RP catching out Yawar. He had no BKB. He had no Gold Strength. He had no real presence. They can buy back, but they've lost CCNC. Thompson just did it solo underneath the racks, where they're looking to take now. Fortification slows down the push from OG, but it definitely won't stop it. And look, he's even with the double damage rune on the end of Ana. Was thinking about tier 4 towers, but okay, back to reasonable objectives is going to be the mid.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks.
Pulling an RV right now. Take all the objectives. Get the megas up and running. Good stun.
Okay,
Just want to closer inspection have shadowed him. Fissure Sun out over on Thompson. Now, again, Mischief. Such a problem for snaking. Keep hitting that impetus. Pilot Eye. Disruption. The impetus can go out towards Ana. He'll jump away. Stormbolt. Thompson, he's in real deep. Remember, Agassi, he's happy to take through as long as they can get a rebuttal kill. Ana set up and towards the air. Snake is getting some time to heal up. He's got 9 one-charges and he needs that time. Does Pilot Eye have another disruption? No, it was 1 second away. He's stuck around. Now all they can do is just disrupt the attacking Ana. Snaking back into his damage. Over to Monkey King. They really want Thompson's head. He's such a huge shock of the damage as Ana runs forward. Get the Inkswell stun out, but you'll have the Omni stun. Oh my God. Together you stand. Together you die. Together you GG. Newbee are out. OG have knocked them down to the lower bracket in more than dominating. You banned the Io, we've dominated in game 1. We just come back. The Seb classic Magnus, Thompson styling, and OG looking in the same type of form. They were there at the last TI, and they want to carry their whole way through this upper bracket. No drop downs.
And Newbee might be kicking themselves a little bit after the series as far as the first phase strategy went. They gave them the IO in game 1, they got destroyed. In this game, they gave over the Seb Mag. And especially this game is worth talking about from a strategic standpoint in the first phase, because they banned, what was it? And they banned the IO, the Chen, and then they had +1 ban. And that could have been the Mag, and they could have still first picked the Ench. But they chose to ban the support Invoker. I don't know if they have played against this from OG and feel like it's a really big threat, but OG have a lot of really good strategies. You got to choose which one you give away. This time they give away the Mag, and OG made it look... I said this game would be...
Juggernaut!